Welcome to this ASIS training on innovation and societal challenges. We'll discover why and how to transform innovation policies to face transition challenges. On the one hand, innovation processes have changed in the last decade. Open innovation is now a widely known concept. Innovation has become more people-oriented, driven by an ecosystem, and innovation processes are step-by-step opening up to social issues. On the other hand, social and environmental challenges are addressed by specific actors, still disconnected from powerful existing innovation networks. Innovation support policies need to adapt to these evolutions, and they need to embrace an ongoing change of paradigm. This means answering a more complex and a more collaborative environment. More complex because there are various dimensions to consider, and more collaborative because there are more skills and more stakeholders involved. What are the objectives of this training? This training on innovation and societal challenges has been created for you, policymakers, and business support organization specialists to help you better understand the challenges and your possible role in this transformation. After the training, you should be able first to understand the future trends in the innovation field and the possible links with social innovation. Second, identify the key stakeholders and their role in an innovative project connected to social issues. Third, choose the first action to implement in your sphere of influence. This training is divided into 3 sections. First, innovation and societal challenges towards a common path. Second, build alliances with stakeholders, discover social innovation ecosystems. 3. Reinvent innovation policies. We will explore the first section together in this video. After that, we invite you to download the PowerPoint file to be able to click on the hyperlinks and discover the video example and also all the additional resources. For section 2 and 3, we invite you to download the PowerPoint files right away and discover by yourself the content. Please make sure you're using the slideshow mode to activate hyperlinks and make the most of your learning experience. Let's start with the first section, innovation and societal challenges towards a common path. Why are we talking about a common path? Societal challenges are global, and cooperation of different stakeholders is vital to solve them. Social innovation enables to address social and environmental challenges through innovation by collaborating and acting with different stakeholders, but often on a small scale with limited financial means. Innovation brings level of growth for traditional companies in general. What about social enterprises and initiatives? At the same time, innovation evolves towards an ecosystemic approach. Solutions need to be built by the co-involvement of different stakeholders, public and private organizations, entrepreneurs, experts, citizens, beneficiaries. Let's discover how innovation and societal challenges do meet. On this diagram, extracted from a European Commission report on innovation published in 2017, we see the evolution of innovation over the last decade. It moved from closed innovation to open innovation, and nowadays more and more to innovation in networks and ecosystems. Closed innovation can be defined as centralized and inward-looking innovation. Open innovation is mostly externally focused and collaborative. Innovation in networks is now ecosystemic and cross-organizational. It's becoming more and more collaborative. This evolution is often referred to as a paradigm change. What is changing and how? The same European Commission report compares the main characteristics of the 3 types of innovation: closed innovation, open innovation, and innovation networks. Here, on this 3rd line, for example, If solo is the rule in closed innovation, cluster becomes the mode of cooperation in open innovation, and ecosystem becomes the reference in today's or tomorrow's innovation. Another example on the last line, value chain concept is replaced by value network and then value constellation. It's interesting to note that recommended drivers for a modern innovation policy are interconnectivity, openness, interaction, ecosystemic approach, crowdsourcing. The same specifications are required to address societal challenges. Innovation purposes are changing. This is called socially driven innovation. When innovation meets societal challenges, we talk about social innovation. On the social innovation definition, we invite you to watch the ASIS training number 1 on the ASIS platform. Where and how does social innovation happen? Social innovation can happen anywhere, from public or private sector, and at different scales, most of the time at local level to meet the beneficiaries' needs. This is the result of joint efforts, creativity, collaboration, inclusion of different stakeholders who share the same vision. They want to build sustainable and people-oriented future. Regarding social innovation, the bees and the trees face different challenges. The one we refer to as the bees are small organizations, groups, social and solidarity economy actors, for example. The trees are larger organizations, governments, companies, or large NGOs. The cross-pollination between those two different types of actors is particularly meaningful and efficient to create, spread, upscale social innovation or open innovation with impacts. The two face different challenges. The bees, especially social enterprises, can learn from entrepreneurial and innovation culture. The trees, public and private organizations, can better integrate social and environmental challenges and social innovation methods into their practices. To see a concrete example of cross-pollination, download the file and click on the link below to discover SoScience, an enterprise dedicated to responsible science in the field of urban agriculture, with the involvement of a bee, startup River Deer, and a tree, French Public Research Lab, IRD. How to better integrate societal challenges into innovation. Societal challenges are numerous, multidimensional, complex, and urgent. It's not easy to have a comprehensive view. How should stakeholders position themselves? The United Nations call for commitment of companies and organizations to the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG. This is a widely accepted tool which can be useful to better understand the social and environmental challenges the world is facing. To discover each one of the 17 goals, from poverty to climate change, water, responsible energy, etc., you can check the Sustainable Development Goals website. Social enterprises are also key actors in the development of social innovation, even if they are not often well known by the actors of the field of classical innovation. The potential of social enterprises in Europe is still underdeveloped. On this slide, we try to understand the specific needs of those social enterprises. The study conducted by the European Commission in 2020, called Map of Social Enterprises and Their Ecosystem in Europe, gives us a few keys to understand the factors underlying those difficulties. First, they point out external factors, like a poor understanding of the concept of social enterprise, lack of supportive policy and legislative framework, lack of specialist business development service and support, difficult access to the market, difficulties in accessing finance from external sources, and the absence of common mechanisms for measuring and demonstrating social impact. Internal factors can also be found, like the lack of viable business models, a high reliance on public sector as a source of revenue, lack of entrepreneurial spirit or commercial acumen, lack of managerial and professional skills necessary for scaling up activity. So, benefit from innovation policies to scale up and consolidate their model is clearly still a challenge for social enterprises. To finish this first part of the training on innovation and social challenges, we would like to present you an example of state-of-the-art technology serving responsible consumption. Origin Trail is a Slovenian startup using blockchain technology and its decentralized and collaborative power to trace the origin of the product. They want to promote better traceability for consumers and an increased visibility for producers on a local scale, for better food quality and transparency, and also for a reduced environmental impact of food chain. We now invite you to download the PowerPoint file and click on the link to watch the video of Origin Trail, and you can then go back through the document at your own speed. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to download part 2 on the ASIS platform, and remember to activate the slideshow mode to see all hyperlinks and animation.